It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, this game will be a big challenge. Facing one of the top teams in the league, they'll need to be at their best to win it. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going to the late, great Jack Curran in high school. Those were the ones. And honestly, there's no bigger than family. My brother Vince and my dad were the ones who really got me there.
Well, you got to have great teammates. You know, I'm the first one to say, yeah, I have 4 championships, but one of my favorite teammates, Big Shot Bob, he saved me so many times. Another one of my favorite teammates, B. Shaw, he saved me. Rick Fox, he saved me. So you got to have great teammates, great organizations. You know, they allow you to focus on what you do and what you do best, as long as family and friends and all that. And Ernie, I remember when you interviewed me when I was 18 years old.
I remember that. Now, I had just started at Turner, went to San Antonio, did a feature on Big Shaq.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't changed at all, have I?
No, you still look beautiful.
I had more hair.
Good genes or good docs?
He's got good doctors.
Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. We're in the great state of Texas, the home of the Mavericks, the American Airlines Center in Dallas. And, of course, Chandler Parsons. Without his presence, they'll have to overcome the hole there.
Well, to say the deal changes the look and feel of this franchise is stating the obvious. I mean, they are a vastly different team than they were a few days ago, obviously looking long-term rather than the short term.
Exactly. I mean, trading away a player with his talents is clearly a big picture deal. I mean, you have to balance fit and talent as well as upside, and then to throw in the financial considerations. So this is more than just about the player.
Boys, nice run.
So Dallas will get the first possession. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Marky Morris is out there with Gortat, and it's Dudley in at the 3, the small forward.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
Wizards on D, defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Pass to Gortat. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. And so here is Dallas. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Randy Whitman and I spoke just briefly. One struggle they'll have in this game is finding the right person or combination of players match up with Dirk. The problem, Coach says, is how do you play someone who can hit jumpers at such a high release point while being quick enough to stay with Dirk when he drives? We'll see if they've come up with any answers, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. Morris. No good off the front iron.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Nowitzki, the pass to Caspi. It's Matthews on the wing. Back to Adams, to the left wing. Dallas moving it around. From deep, another three for Matthews. Matthews has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Dallas.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage inside.
Caspi dishes to Adams. Gortat with the block, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. Nowitzki for three. Another three for Dallas.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as...
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Wall, that's good.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Mavericks leading by 10. A three ball. Dishes to Matthews. On the wing, Williams. Stolen by Dudley. It's picked off. And Matthews throws it down.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Last time they met was in Washington.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the boards. That's about as plain as I can put it. You can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody going to the glass.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Pachulia is checked in. Morris a screen. Beal. Morris kicks to Gortat, and it's Beal in the corner. Drops in the tray. Beal's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Washington.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And Nowitzki wide open. He fires, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And the wide open shot from Morris goes back up, and there's the nice layup by Gortat. Gortat's got his first points of the night.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Well, for Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Matthews with it. Now Beal defending. Williams passes to Matthews. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now.
And guys, for Darren Williams last season, all those injuries finally affected his shooting. 39% from the field last year, the second lowest mark of his career. And he just couldn't create space or elevate to get the clean looks he had grown accustomed to.
Mavericks leading by 8. Pachulia dishes to Caspi. Lets the 3 fly. That's good from Williams on the assist by Caspi.
And they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far. And, you know, talking about Darren Williams, last year wasn't all bad. I mean, nearly 7 assists a game, 3.5 rebounds, a steal. Not the stocking stuffer he used to be, but he still battled and still contributed.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Williams missing again.
You know, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And how about last year? Dirk Nowitzki jumping to 7th all-time in scoring. I mean, passing the great Moses Malone for that spot, and he surely will keep climbing this season.
Well, with Nowitzki passing Malone and the scoring, as Greg was just talking about, Clark, you know, this is a guy that obviously has Hall of Fame written all over.
No question about it. First ballot in my mind, and he's got a game that stands the test of time because it's not predicated on athleticism. It's all skill-based.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Porter, a screen on Felton. Here's Sessions. Lee with the block. And Favors kicks to Matthews. Fades. Favors can't get it to go. Now here's Sessions. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. It's Dallas. They lead by 12. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age. Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Washington, the great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Jared Dudley out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Gortat in at the center, filling out the middle.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Dudley with it. He has 5. Beal can't get that one to fall.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Lee passes to Adams. Dallas moving it around. And Matthews gets it to go.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
Washington calls timeout. As you said, the man just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They've really, Clark, got that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Caspi, he's checked in for Lee, and it's Williams in for Matthews. Dallas leading by 11. And Favors kicks to Felton. Adams dishes to Favors. That's good.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Washington's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Morris. It's rebounded by Dallas. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Caspi passes to Williams. Felton kicks to Favors. Good. A nice assist from Felton. Favors got his second basket. So it's Washington now. 15-point game. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Felton dishes to Williams. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's Dallas with another.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Morris, the shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Morris has got his first 2 points. Favors passes to Adams. Felton kicks to Favors. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Ball against Williams. Here's Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Dallas ball.
With a break in the action, let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. The Mavericks, number 1.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And a switcher also for Washington. Porter's checked in for Jared Dudley. Gortat with the steal. Now here's Porter, guarded closely. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next-level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
For Dallas, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them, to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
And the basket by Thornton.
And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Thornton dishes to Morris. Pulls up on the wing, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Mavericks leading by 13.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
That's good.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Washington calls timeout.
And one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he was averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple seasons, he's been down around 3.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Morris. And here we go. Caspi passes to Pachulia. Dallas moving the ball around. Felton kicks to Nowitzki. Fade away, and Dallas again with the bucket. And Clark, for Darren Williams, it clearly has the handle and the strength to get to the basket, but no longer the explosion that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know, he's had some ankle injuries, and that certainly is a part of that. And he's also in his 30s now, so largely a perimeter jump shooter, but still can impact the game with his deep shooting and playmaking.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, "Are you kidding me?"
Matthews, he's checked in for Caspi.
Wesley Matthews.
Thornton dishes to Porter. Up and in on the layup. Porter's got 5 now.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Felton inside the three-point line. Washington with the rebound.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, the wheels really fell off in Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
David Lee checked in for Dirk Nowitzki, and he gets the bucket. And that's now 19 points for Wesley Matthews. Wizards trail by 16. Sessions with it. Now Felton defending. To the middle. From 11 feet away. Misses off the left iron. Dallas has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Matthews, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
What a tremendous feed from Williams. Great awareness.
26 seconds left here in the second. Sessions against Williams. Nene, the screen. And Sessions kicks to Porter. The Wizards with another miss. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Felton. Can't connect from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair.
Well, guys, I'm here with Bradley Beal. And Bradley, we've heard Coach stress the importance of rebounding. Is that going to have to be a team effort in the second half for all 5 players on the court?
Yeah, all five guys. But I think we're too worried about getting out in transition. So I think 1 through 5, including the guards, I mean, we all got to get in there and rebound.
The guards must contribute on the glass, no doubt. Bradley, thank you. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. Leading the way at the start, it was Wesley Matthews. He had 21 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, how about their ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. One of the stories here, Wesley Matthews getting it done today.
I tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
They've got Caspi, Jaron Williams out there with Matthews. Then there's Nowitzki, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Beal gets a wide-open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Wizards trail by 18. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times, Clark, on the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last year.
To the inside. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Caspi. Caspi's got 3 assists in the game. The Wizards shooting around 40% from the floor here. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And for the Wizards and their road problems, a lot of it came from their inability to defend the 3. I mean, they were in the bottom third in the league at defending the 3 as the road team.
Wall passes to Gortat. On up the court. Puts it up from 12. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Dudley's got 4 this quarter. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And you know what's odd about the Wizards' road problems is that they played outstanding defense otherwise. I mean, compared to 2014, they definitely took a step backwards in regards to their road play last season.
Nowitzki dishes to Caspi. Back to Nowitzki. And Adams kicks to Matthews. Drops in the tray. Matthews has got 24.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Wizards trail by 19. Here's Wall. 8 points for him. Takes the 3. And again, Wesley Matthews for 3. 27 points for him.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Wall against Williams. Wall attacking. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. Really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Washington has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Morris with the screen for Wall. Hits the three-point bomb. Wall's got 13. Well, guys, how good a playmaker is John Wall? Second in assists last season to Chris Paul. Clark, he almost finished number 1.
Yeah, and the only difference really is that Paul was a little more efficient than Wall. Paul had a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Wall was only at 2.5 to 1. But some of that is Paul's experience.
Dallas making a switch here. Favors is checked in. It's stolen by Morris. Kicks to Beal. To the wing right side. The 3 from Dudley. They grab their own miss. Morris. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And Matthews kicks to Favors. Count it from 12.
And the one thing about John Wall, he has that air of confidence
that only the truly great ones possess. He's a fearless attacker, tremendous vision and creativity, a true floor general, not just an athlete masquerading as a point guard.
Mavericks leading by 19 points. And Matthews kicks to Favors. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Favors has got 12 in the game.
And, you know, talking about John Wall, we saw him improve his pacing last season. Sure, he still played at rapid-fire speed at times, but he also seemed to have a better understanding of when to pull it back and when to speed it up. Better change of pace in how he went about his game.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Morris a screen. Wall wide open. Drains the three-pointer. 18 points for him.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And Matthews throws it down.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Favors passes to Matthews. Adams dishes to Favors. The kick out to Williams. Another three for Dallas.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Morris into the lane, and he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got 6.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Williams kicks to Matthews. Back to Williams. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Gortat with a screen on Matthews. Beal's shot is good.
How nice was that? Bradley Beal, I tell you, textbook shooting form, that thing is on fire.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Here's Morris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Pachulia, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Lee comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Felton in for Williams. Matthews, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Morris a screen. Now Sessions. No good on that last second attempt there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Mavericks ahead, running away with it. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Dallas shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Taking a look at the Wizards. We've got Ramon Sessions. Porter is out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Nene. And it's Thornton in at the shooting guard position. There's a good screen. Off the screen. It's hauled in by Felton.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And Washington has possession. In the corner at Sessions. Off target from three-point range. And here's Matthews for the three. And that one's good. Matthews has got 15 points in just the second half.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
To the left side wing. Sessions dishes to Thornton. Shot from the wing. And the shot falls short this time. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Felton inside the three-point line, and another basket for Dallas.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Sessions passes to Temple. They set the pick. Feeds it to Thornton. He dishes it to Temple. Drops in the tray.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
To the left wing. The feed to Pachulia. And the pass to Felton. And Matthews kicks to Felton. To the wing on the left. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Lee. Over in the corner, Matthews. Three-pointer. That's good. Matthews has got 39.
They have got to get a hand in his face. I mean, he's unconscious from out there.
Sessions against Felton. Sessions dishes to Porter from 12 feet out. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead. No doubt about it. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And here's Matthews from the arc. And the rebound goes to Nene. Nene's got his third rebound tonight. They get a hand on it. Here's Temple. The shot is off. Felton with some nice D. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist from David Lee. 16 points for Dirk Nowitzki. Felton against Sessions. And now in transition is Lee. Here we go. Nice shot by Felton. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Got freed up. Nice work off the pick.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
The Wizards have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
And Washington making a change here. Hickson's checked in. Felton goes in, and another basket for Dallas.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Hickson kicks to Sessions. Passes it to Nene. Out to Sessions, expanding his range. That's good.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Dallas has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Caspi, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for Raymond Felton. Villanueva passes to Harris. Dallas moving the ball around. Fires for 3. Williams' shot is off. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And that one's good. Temple's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
After a first half where he had just 1 turnover, fellas, things have changed in the second. They're starting to pile up on him now.
David Lee checked in for Dallas. Temple dishes to Nene. Works a big high bounce and goes in.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
There's 1:38 left to play here in the fourth. And Sessions kicks to Hickson. Thornton against Harris. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Mavericks.
Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Matthews. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
Here's Nene. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. There's the dish to Lee. Williams for 3. Cannot hit. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Derek, your defensive pressure took its toll all night. Is this the sort of defensive performance that you can expect your team to deliver every night?
Yeah, we can. No practice for. We come into practice, play hard, we work hard, and when we come out to the games, we just bring a lot of energy.
Derek, thank you. Kevin, that was championship-level defense.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Wesley Matthews. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight. How'd you feel about his performance, Kenny?
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
One thing that stood out to me was his contribution from deep. We know he can hit the 3 ball, but we saw him do a lot more damage than normal, and that really opened up the game.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.